good morning, evening, or afternoon, whichever one's going on for you at this current point in time. First of all, happy late Halloween. And I just picked up the 4 amp hour battery. You get another charger and you get to pick a free tool. I'm going to put a little something on the screen showing you what tools come included. Anyways, what I picked was the 6-port sequential charger from Ridgid. This is probably my favorite charger. I got another one because it's you could just slap on 6 batteries and just not even worry about it. So how can we make this better? I picked up this, and I also have the dual port charger, but that it's coming in the mail because they don't have any in stock, along with some other batteries. So it comes with two 2 amp hour batteries and two 4 amp hour batteries in addition to the dual charger. And I'm going to show you how much that cost versus what they're actually showing. That 68%, that's nonsense. I'm going to go over that in a second. First of all, it's going to need a USB-A or a USB-C. It needs ports, even if it's just one or two. Ryobi has one somewhere around their handle, somewhere up here. So just add one or two. Something that I use all the time is either my Braun lights, my foldable lights, my quantum pen light, my headlamp light. And having the ability to just charge it on the spot in addition to my tools means I can bring light to where there isn't light if I happen to, be stuck in a spot that's not as well lit. Well lit because if I'm using the latest and greatest 4-mode impact driver from Ridgid, that thing doesn't have lights on the head. So if I'm in a spot where, let's say I'm under something, if I'm impacting something under here, the light is going to be looking here because it's a downward, upward facing, lower mounted light. So if I'm down here, I can't see anything. So light is good to have. If it's USB-C, a lot of my stuff is USB-C. But what if you have an iPhone or something else, lightning port or lightning cables? You're going to want to make sure that it kind of accommodates everybody. So USB charger. Second, if I have a fully charged battery, so let's say I walk up and I've got 12, 13, 14, 15 batteries. I put them on a table and now I have to sit there and click through all of them to see what's what. Right? So let's say this battery was fully charged and I put it on, right? I put it on. It scans, but the light is off, right? You see how that red light is on? That means that the blinking light is what's charging currently, and the red light is whichever one is next in the sequence. So that's number 1, that's number 2, this is number 3. But since I put this battery in first, it's going to start here, and then the next in sequence will be station 4, which you can see the imprint of 4. All right, kind of, maybe, if I get close. Then it says 5, right, engraved right there. Then 6, and then it restarts again. So what I would like is that if I have a bunch of batteries, I can just start clicking them on, put them on, and the logic board in here will tell me, hey, this one's charged. Oh, okay. Right? Rather than me having to sit there and do this to 13, 14, 15 batteries and see what's good and what's not, being able to just slap them on and immediately get a solid green light. Something that I do like also is the ability to press this button and it'll switch to where you want that battery to be charging first. So if there's an 8 amp hour or a 6 amp hour battery that you need first, you can switch it there. If you're doing something and it's the last one of the day and you just need a 2 amp hour battery to get you through, you can just click it over to the 2. This one's done charging though, so cool. So now how you see how this is fully charged. If I put this on next, you see how it just turns on red and it stays solid. This thing just told me that this is done charging. I would like this to just turn green to say, hey, no, you're good. This one turns green. But you see how the system has to scan it and see that it's green. If I put 6 on, I want them to instantly do that little scan that it just did instead of me waiting, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours to see that battery in the next sequence didn't need a charge. You know what I mean? So if I have 12 batteries, I can throw 6 here and check 6 on the side. It cuts my time in half. Now this dual port charger literally just came in the mail. I just walked in with it. But you get two 2 amp hours, two 4 amp hours, and the charger as this random bundle. I'm gonna try to link it. Maybe you can get it for the same price. If not, it will go back to its original price. Do not buy it at $525. No, this was $170. Now, when they say 60% off because it's at $525, this stuff individually bought is not $525. These are $80 a piece. These are $109, or technically $110, we'll just call it that. But 80 times 2, 160, 110 times 2, 220, and then this at base price is $100. Right now it's like $10 off, so you can pick it up for $90 if you just need the dual charger. But this was $170 altogether, $170 divided by 480, and the actual price you're going to get is 0.3541, long decimal, but essentially 35.5 almost percent, which they will round down, so you're actually saving 35% off. Again, you're still saving $300-ish, but it's not that 68%. It's more like 35%. Don't let that percentage fool you, but it's still a good deal. So, again, like the 6-port charger, I have to say this thing needs, move this Ridgid up a little bit and have 2 USB-C ports or 2 USB-A ports, or even one. I want to be able to charge my USB lights, my quantum light, my camera light, which is also really good for sticking, with a magnet somewhere. So if I'm working on a car or something, I'll take this and just rock with it. It is also USB-C. So I like having my lights with me, and this just can't do it. Now, here's why I got a really, really simple solution that's going to take this even one step higher. Just so you know, there is a pass-through, so if you need to plug something in over it, it's not just occupying a spot. Now, if I take a battery and I pop it on the charger, I know this one is fully charged, right? I pop it on. It's going to show red. Let me just turn off the light. Now it shows green, right? Now, I can't see the battery, so I have to take it off, check it, and then, right? Now, for a battery that is dead and charging, I want to know where my battery is at from a distance. So if I'm over here and I'm doing blah, 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 I want to see that it's halfway. Maybe I can grab an 8 or a 6. So this is what I mean. When you come around, you can see where the batteries actually are. That's all I want, people. I want that indicator somewhere on the front. That is, 2 or 3 notches. Go get something done. Slap on a 2, slap on a 4. I want to be able to see from a distance. So just like the 6-port, but the batteries are facing up so I can see where they are, pull them off, and then use them. So all I want to see, if you're not going to have them, because obviously if you have it, with a nail mounted up, you're going to be charging them like this. So if you have it up on a wall, that's not going to be a problem, because from a distance, again, unless it's up high, you're going to see the battery kind of. But if you got it sitting on a table like this, you can't see where your batteries are at, so you're just waiting for the indicators to say done. For the next generation, just put a little indicator, something that says like 1 notch, 2 notch, 3 notch, 4 notch, because I like this. I like having to put it forward versus me trying to push it backwards onto the terminal and have it sliding away. So I like having to click it forward like this, but put a little 1, 2, 3, 4 somewhere here, just so we know 3 notches. All right, I'm gonna go run a chainsaw, go run the blower, go run something. You know what I mean? That's all. Just indicators are so nice to have. USB port, indicators, that's all. This thing, $90, 100% worth it, even at its regular price, $100. I got a floor done, and it took me 3 days because I was doing it with a little baby orbital sander. And this is what it looked like about halfway through. I'm gonna try to put a picture if I have any. So this definitely got it done because there was no cord in the room, so I had to use my Ridgid cordless vacuum, constantly running, cycling through all my batteries. Having this dual charger was the only thing that allowed me to get it done in 3 days. And I had this and the 6-port charger, so super, super useful. Now, obviously, there's a little reference here for what the lights are, but in case anybody cares, that's what it looks like when it's charging. Flashing green, solid green when it's done. Ridgid across the board offers the most bang for your buck ratio of performance to cost to coverage. the LSA is working for you. I've tried it. I have a video on it. They cover you. As long as you're not swimming with your tools or beating them or hitting them with a car, if you're using them the way they're supposed to, they will cover you. With that being said, as long as the LSA is in place, I will be a fan of Ridgid. Let me know what you think. Work smart.